By the end of the show, a key 10-minute video that boils it all down to a succinct 10 minutes, they're trying to upload it to YouTube right now, is going to be ready. And it's literally like firing an ICBM at the New World Order and their climate change cult fraud to take over our society. In fact, I told the guys to Google the term ICBM launch, and they pulled up a Russian missile launch. So we're going to play this just as a visual and audio analogy of how powerful these emails and secret documents are about how it's all fraud. They knew the earth was cooling, how they're persecuting people that try to tell the truth. I mean, they're a cult telling you that no one disagrees with them when the majority of climatologists are on record saying it's all a giant fraud, and that even if we were heating up, that'd be a good thing. Plants breathe carbon dioxide. This is a scientific fraud like Piltdown Man. Play that video of the missile launch for everybody. Crank it up.
Ракетных войск стратегического назначения. Боевой ракетный комплекс шахтного базирования с ракетой РС-20.
Missile launch test.
классификации.
Paul Watson. There's Jason Douglas getting ready to launch. Launching the video. Oh, here you go, Al Gore. Hope you enjoy this. Oh, yeah. This isn't going to feel good to these criminals. They're not going to like this when it comes back down out of orbit on top of their heads as the MERV capsule pops open. Oh, look, Paul Watson's writing another article. So's Kurt Nimmo. This is a rail-launched missile. Oh, here, you didn't like that article or that video with your own internal documents about how it's all to set up a one world government and one child policy so you guys can control all technological development for yourselves? So you can have a monopoly over science and technology? Oh, how about criminal investigations of what you're doing for persecuting scientists that didn't agree with you? Oh, let's see how you like this. Oh, they're certainly going to enjoy this one. Video uploading now. Video uploading now. Oh, see how they enjoy this. Oh, it's slow at first, but it picks up steam as everybody gets the video and the articles at prisonplanet.com and Infowars.com, and email them out to everybody. Here comes another info salvo, another ICBM. Oh, how about a mobile launcher, a truck-mounted ICBM? Oh, you want more? Oh, you want an audit the Fed bill that's passed out of committee with 311 co-sponsors, sure to pass the House, a strong bill. Oh, that was a pretty one. Just keep firing weapons at them. Nothing can stop us. Oh, man, you got to love it. They are certainly panicking now. These ICBMs are coming in, and their lying defenses won't protect them. Oh, another one. See how you like that? Isn't that beautiful? Here it comes, Al Gore. Another one of your lies is dead on arrival. Everywhere you go, you're being confronted by huge mobs of people that know the truth, that know you're a lying criminal. Oh, another one. Here you go, Topol M. Oh, I'm sure that George Soros is going to enjoy this one. I'm sorry. I'm having a good time. Folks, if you don't know the magnitude of the victories we're having right now, something is wrong with you. All those energies where you get upset about sports and get excited when your team wins, or in Austin when UT loses, some people don't go to work and everyone's depressed, none of that matters. You're meant to get upset and angry about tyranny, and you're supposed to get excited when you have victories against it. Making it fun, defeating the New World Order, and exposing these smiley-faced criminals, it's what's going to bring us victory. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to go over scientific fraud. It took 41 years to expose Piltdown Man, one of thousands of famous scientific frauds that governments and others have used. And we don't have 41 years to expose man-made global warming. We have to expose that carbon dioxide is what plants respirate off of, that they put off oxygen that humans and animals breathe. We have to expose them. They're taking over your counties, your cities. The Austin American-Statesman admitted a few months ago, but said it was a good thing, that a former colonel in PSYOPs, in Black Ops CIA Army, is running the local environmental group to set up carbon taxes in Austin. These people know this is their excuse to brainwash your kids, to turn them against you. We could play the Al Gore clip of him in an auditorium to elementary students saying, your parents are wrong. Man-made global warming is real. You must teach them. You must report on them. Kathleen Sebelius last week saying, kids, go out and tell your parents they're wrong about the flu shot and that they should take it. They're trying to take over your kids. You need to go to the schools, the PTAs, the county commissioners, the city councils, the state houses, and point out the internal emails of this all being a fraud to set up global government taxes. Now, here's one example. We need articles exposing other scientific frauds. And this is not the only fraud. Al Gore was caught putting carbon dioxide. In fact, Google Al Gore's carbon dioxide graph, and it'll be photos of him on images standing in front of a big TV screen with a graph on red and green. And he flipped it. All the universities, all the governments had the real graph. Within 100 years of temperatures going up, carbon dioxide goes up, because it releases carbon dioxide from the water and the ice caps. There's more plant and animal life, more carbon dioxide is then put out. But mainly it's the oceans that release it. And so he flipped the graphs. He got caught 2 years ago and doesn't use that graph. He's been caught photoshopping hurricanes that don't exist. He's been caught lying and saying polar bears can't swim when they're the strongest swimming land animal. He'll show them on an ice float hunting seal and say, oh, look, it's stuck. He's going to drift away and die, when polar bear numbers have exploded globally. This is all admitted. It's all fraud. It's all lies. There's Al Gore with his fraudulent graph where he shows carbon dioxide in line with warming when it actually follows it. And he knows that. He is a fraud. He is a criminal. He needs to be investigated for racketeering, trying to defraud the public with a global tax. Now, I want to just finish with Piltdown Man. We'll take your calls and get more into this. Piltdown Man. The Piltdown Man is a famous paleontological hoax concerning the finding of remains of a previously unknown early human. The hoax find consisted of fragments of a skull and jawbone collected in 1912 from a gravel pit in Piltdown, Essex, England. The fragments were thought by many experts of the day to be the fossilized remains of hereto unknown form of early man. The Latin name translates to Darwin's Dawn Man, after the collector Charles Dawson was given to the specimen. The significance of the specimen remained the subject of controversy until it was exposed in 1953, 41 years later, as a forgery, consisting of the lower jawbone of a ancient pig that had been a prehistoric pig that had been deliberately combined with the skull of a fully developed modern human. The Piltdown hoax is perhaps the most famous paleontological hoax in history. It has been prominent for two reasons: the attention paid to the issue of human evolution and the length of time, more than 40 years, that elapsed from its discovery to its full exposure as a forgery. And then it goes on to how it was a pig job. Now, that's all this is. But instead of the guy going around the country making hundreds of thousands of dollars showing the fake skull, that was his reason to be engaged in fraud. The reason the UN and J.P. Morgan and Goldman Sachs want this, and the reason they're the main funders of these groups, along with George Soros, is that it allows the private IMF to levy taxes on everyone, and the UN and private carbon credit companies run by Al Gore and also partially owned, this is Wall Street Journal, by Barack Obama. You will have to buy your credits from them, and they will decide what new businesses get government funding, what Al Gore said he wants to bankrupt the coal companies. Global body needs to direct green technology. G77 says developing nations call for UN body to police battle on climate change. They will decide what technologies you can have. They will decide what is to be taxed. They will run your life. And we have the articles up there at prisonplanet.com right now with the quotes by the UN and Henry Kissinger and all of them about how this is meant to destroy the industrial society and vertically integrated under their control. This is so important to get this out to everyone now, to get the articles we've written with the emails, with the documents, so people get the full picture. Unfortunately, hardly anybody else is putting the full picture together of why they want the fraud, the past fraud they've engaged in, the new fraud, how they were caught persecuting scientists, how they were caught in the emails colluding with government to block the real climate data from coming out. This is a giant criminal operation between the British, the U.S., the EU, the Canadian government, NASA, you name it, caught red-handed. Now, until we go to break, I've got a guest with us. And then we're going to come back and take calls and get into other news and flu news for the balance of the show. News like batch of H1N1 vaccine recalled for severe reactions, including people getting paralyzed and dying. Mainstream news. I mean, it's all insane, and it's all coming up. But for the next 7 minutes, I want to bring up Steve Shank of eFoodsDirect.com, one of our great sponsors who joins us once a month.